Oh, Foxy, it's your birthday. Not for real, just for play. This is Cree Summer, and Moana Nui will be right back.
So I'll have her present what I was going to. Yeah, you. Oh, maybe it's my.
Guess I wasn't prepared for that.
Okay. Well, it is a little after 11, so I will go ahead and get started. My name is Karina. I have been cosplaying since 2020. Like a lot of other people, when the world shut down, I got a lot of time on my hands, and it gave me a lot of time to think about just the stuff that I really liked and things that I wanted to do. Taking moments to just find joy and not realizing that maybe I'd always been a cosplayer, just didn't know that there was a name for it, because I always was a little extra around Halloween time. Looked for any time to wear cat ears, large bows. I would wear my hair in a really large afro when I worked, and would wear a bow right on the side, so I kind of resembled Hello Kitty. People at work would call me Hello Kitty, so I was always dressing up as something or someone. So now that I think about it, I think I've been doing this a little bit longer than 2020, but officially I didn't start till around 2020. And I just wanted to share my experience with what I've gone through being a plus size person. And I don't want to sit here and just like talk at you. I would rather have a conversation. I don't want to assume that everyone here cosplays, but I'm sure some of you do. I see some plus size bodies here, so you wear clothes, so at least you know what we go through just buying clothes in general. So to think that we wouldn't have the same issue trying to put cosplays together would be kind of so chime in, please. I have a few icebreakers and things to kind of present so that we can have a little dialogue. The screen is very tiny. I apologize. I can describe it, or you can move up. I swear I will not bite so that you can see it. But yeah, that is the introduction. I did just want to briefly kind of give a preface. Like, I'm here to help create a safe space for plus size people. I will not tolerate any sort of like body shaming. I don't see anyone in here that I believe would do any of that, but Lord, with the given state of the world, you have to say this. Please be kind. I want a space for everyone to feel comfortable, to feel safe. We're not calling names. We're not body shaming. This is totally your space. So please, if there is anyone in here who does mean to do any harm, like, I don't have a problem with kicking you out myself. I will stop and throw you out, because that's not what this is. This is 100% safe. So okay, we can go to the next slide.
Hooray.
That's all that next slide said. It was just a preface that I want this to be the safest space possible.
Oh no.
Did none of my pictures load? Oh, that's very sad.
Okay, hold on. No, that's on me.
What do you mean?
Oh, because it disconnected from the internet for some reason.
Oh,
We're
no.
okay.
All right,
okay.
So while she gets her cute picture up, I had an icebreaker because I kind of wanted to like warm people up, because I saw that my panel was at 11 o'clock, and I'm like, it's Saturday. Who's going to be here at 11? So I know a lot of people always ask, especially when I cosplay Sailor Moon, like, oh, you think Sailor Moon can be Goku? And I have to say it like that because it's always, why are you asking me this question? Like, of course she would. Like, what kind of question is that? But I always ask, and I had a very cute picture of the Sailor Scouts versus the Z Fighters.
I think they're gonna show up now.
Oh yeah, those are my pictures.
Oh yeah,
that was me.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah, go back one.
Yeah, she's so cute.
Yeah, that was me.
She's really so cute.
So if anyone would like to chime in for like 2 seconds, just to kind of break the ice up and shake all the cobwebs off, if you're familiar with either property, which I'm sure someone is. No, I'm obviously Team Sailor Moon's the Sailor Scouts, so you don't have to ask me, but I gotta ask y'all.
Yes, that whole team will kick paper to the ground.
Right? Exactly.
Because they have, next level power, and that team, you have a combination of, fighters, you know, Goku, but Goku had his limitations and everything. So yeah.
I do think it would be like a forever fight though,
Yes.
since he just, you know, seems to keep powering up even more. Like he would definitely just be like, I gotta keep going. But like, it wouldn't probably be the longest fight in history, but obviously he's gonna lose.
Yeah, so it'll be a whole
Right.
season and a half.
Not a season and a half, yes. Oh, Toei. Anyone else want to comment before I move on? That's fair. You're allowed to be biased. I'm not going to take that from you. I watched Dragon Ball late in life. A friend of mine asked me to watch, and I don't have nostalgia. I don't have the nostalgia eyes that everyone else does. I didn't watch it when I was a kid and was, you know, hearing these inspirational words. Like I don't have the nostalgia, but I can respect it. So it's totally cool. Totally get it. All right. Oh yeah, so those are my pictures. That's just me, a few of the cosplays that I've done. I like body painting, so Disgust was fun for me, and Koan from Naruto. Yes, I actually did Koan from Sailor Moon too, but we can go to the next slide.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so sharing my experience, the first cosplay that I actually bought was a character from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Trishune, the boss's daughter. I love her. I love Golden Wind altogether. It's my favorite JoJo series. But so I figured, oh, this will be fine. It's an extra large. I don't ever have a problem with wearing anything other than an extra large. I didn't think about looking at the sizing chart, checking the bust, waist, none of that. I was just like, yep, let's buy it. It was cheap at the time. We're going to go for it. Got the wig, whole nine. Had boobs popping out everywhere. They had these shorts that were included to go underneath it. The shorts fit my like 7, 8-year-old, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? I bought an extra large. I need something to hold ass cheeks. What is this? I was had to throw the shorts away, had to buy tights to go underneath it, because I was like, I don't want to walk around here having my like whole butt cheek. It was a nightmare. I was just like, well, at first I just wore it home because I was like, well, I'm just taking pictures in my living room. The world was still shut down, so it wasn't like I could go to a con. So it was fine for at home. And then I got invited to attend a Hair of the Dragon photo mini-con, which they do at the halfway point to Dragon Con, a way for cosplayers to come and get really nice shots of all the cosplays that you work on all year long. I would totally recommend it. The ticket is, I think the most expensive ticket was like $50, I think. You get access to over a dozen photographers for 5 hours. Like, if you've ever scheduled a photo shoot with a photographer, you know that you're paying at least triple what that one ticket price is. So to have access to dozens of photographers where you can get dozens of photos of all that hard work, I would certainly recommend it. But I did go, and if you hit the next slide, there's a photo that I took at the con, which was fun. I did the edit myself. I liked it, but again, I had to do so many modifications just to make sure that I wouldn't have a boob pop out in public, or like my whole butt cheek wasn't hanging out. Like it was that just, I wasn't comfortable, and I really need to be comfortable when I cosplay, especially at that point I had never been to a convention. So technically, like, Hair of the Dragon Photo Minicon was like one of my first conventions, and being there with all the people around and the photographers, like, you didn't want to have anything popping exposed. No. So I said I will be a little bit more cautious next time, and if you go to the next slide, I believe I have a...
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I started to approach my cosplays, at least buying them differently, thinking about what is my actual body shape. And I think it's important, even when you're just buying your own regular clothes, to know what body shape you have. Are you heavier up top and smaller on bottom? Is it the hourglass? Are you more pear-shaped? Having an idea of what your actual body type is will give you greater success in purchasing a cosplay that's going to actually fit your body. Also paying attention to the actual fabric type. The worst fabric type you can buy, it's that latex, fake leather, shiny. It looks fabulous on, but my God, no give. Oh, no, Won't do that again. I learned my lesson. Shorts cosplays? No, we're not doing shorts. They're never, I'm bigger on the bottom and a little bit smaller on the top. And now that I've got boobs because I had kids, it's kind of hard shopping for boobs. And it's like, oh no, but no shorts. Be careful of your halter tops. Like, you just want to know what you're getting into, especially if comfort is your top priority. You don't want to be at a convention uncomfortable, especially when there are children around. Like, oh, it'd be the worst. I was at Momo and I was Rouge the Bat, and my armor, the breastplate, it fell. And like I was getting out of my Uber and I just, whole boob just said, yep, we're gonna be out here now. And I was like, no, like, you do want to make sure you don't have those malfunctions. I had a bra on underneath, but it still was like, yeah, so you want to be careful. I think my next slide is, what is my next slide?
No.
Oh yes, taking your measurements. That'll be really, really helpful. A lot of websites will post their the measurements. Their measurements, sometimes they're accurate, sometimes they're not. Yes, based on the country, because a lot of times you'll see they're posted, especially if you're buying from overseas, they're Asian sizes. Now, a lot of those same websites will allow you to submit for custom sizing, which I thought about doing one time until I saw how much extra they were going to charge me for the custom sizing. And when I was like, well, this is the, average American size woman, why am I paying this much more than, it's very confusing to me. But that one was for Wicked Lady, and I ended up just buying a black dress in the long sleeve instead of having it, like, it was close enough to me, and I felt like I had all the other elements, so it didn't need to be 100% canon. Like, even just as a cosplayer in general, you don't owe anyone 100% canon. You just don't. Like, I feel like as long as you're having fun and you're doing what it is that you want to do, like, who cares? You want to be comfortable. I'm always a big advocate of being comfortable first. So forget accuracy. If it's uncomfortable, we're throwing it away. Okay, so and you can YouTube a video if you don't know how to take your measurements. It's not that difficult. It actually, I was very scared of it. I don't know why. I was afraid of taking my own measurements until I saw like how super easy it was. Yeah, it's super easy. And then another thing that I have become fond of is undergarments. My mother-in-law sells shapewear. I was thinking it was all like old lady stuff, so I was like, no, I don't need that. Until I did, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, because she gave me a shaper. It was it's not really a waist trainer, but it's kind of, I think she may have she called it a girdle, but I really don't think that was the correct term. But it goes around your waist. It's got 4 slats here where you can tighten it at the tightest. It's not technically a corset, because the corset you can pull at the back. And I wore it to work one day and was like, oh, this felt nice. I felt nice and I felt secure, and it made me feel, it just made me feel better. Like, I found myself, back was straight, and I just was like, oh, okay. So it wasn't even really about the shapewear actually snatching anything in or being ridiculously uncomfortable and, oh, the body is T. Like, no. Your body is fine the way it is. What we want to give you the good feeling, and I have learned that using undergarments can help give you a secure feeling, and it gives you the confidence, boost your back. A lot of the undergarments too actually do help with posture. So if you're someone who's always slouched over, if you, like me, you work at a computer desk and you're always for hours and wondering why your back hurts you at the end of your 7.75 hour shift, they've got shapewear that'll help with that. And you'll see that, oh, like, this isn't too bad. Open, helps with your muscles, helps with those back muscles, and everything will start. And then girls are sitting up, like, you just, all of a sudden your chin is up, and you're just like, yeah, that's what we want. But that's what we want. So the undergarments, I know a lot of people think, oh, that's my own ladies. Like, no, they're not. They help. I actually purchased compression stockings today to wear with Sailor Moon, because I read online that they helps with fatigue. Like, if you're someone, like, I work in the office, I don't walk the Georgia World Congress Center but maybe twice a year when I come here in Momo. Like, I be tired. So the compression stockings will help with your muscles. It's just I bought plus size and they didn't come over my knees. So I'm gonna have to send those back and just look for some that actually are plus size. But I would recommend getting a pair of plus size stockings to go, especially if you're in like the Sailor Moon Fuku. She's really short and I got butt, so the skirt kind of just hikes up, and I've got shorts on underneath it, right? So if you have nude colored compression stockings on, it just gives you a little extra protection so you're not out here flashing anybody. And even if you're just wearing, they don't have to be all the way stockings. You can do the compression socks, right? If you just rather have the socks on, you can do the socks. They'll help with the pain in your feet, circulation in your legs. You want to make sure that you have good circulation. So the medical stuff is out of the way. Next slide. Now what's next? Oh, all right. Another hot topic off of coming straight off the hot press. I know everyone has mixed feelings about AI, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I had mixed feelings about AI too until it actually helped me, because I was explaining to you guys earlier. For Momo, I was Rouge the Bat. I was running into a problem because I couldn't find a Rouge the Bat armor that was big enough for my boobs. All of the other cosplayers who created the pattern were like A's, negative A's, and I was like, triple D's is not negative A, that's not gonna work. So I just thought, let me just ask ChatGPT, like, and I said, I'm trying to create a Rouge the Bat heart armor for 40 double D's. Can you help me? And it started talking, and it took a little minute to kind of get where I needed to go, but like, this was the pattern that I got, and the pattern that I got created the armor that I used, and it worked. I just didn't fasten it the right way, but that's another topic. But it did work. I have another cosplay that I'm working on that I actually purchased from a cosplayer, from Rebecca from One Piece. I'm going to finish that one day, but the cosplayer that I purchased that pattern from, again, and she was very honest. She said, if you're more busty, you're gonna have to modify this pattern. And I figured, well, it'd be easier to modify a pattern than start it from scratch, because I've tried making patterns, and good Lord Jesus, that is not my calling. Not for me. So ChatGPT helped me modify it to where it would support. Now, again, I didn't fasten it the right way, so that's why she didn't come to Momo, but we're working on it. Fact of the matter is that modern tools can help, especially when you're dealing with a larger body, right? And you're not always going to see a cosplayer of your size that's creating patterns for you, so you will have to modify. Like, you're gonna have to modify it. I just didn't want to hear that I couldn't do it because no one my size is doing it, right? Or no one my size is selling it. I couldn't find it, because I looked, man, did I look, and I couldn't find it. So being able to utilize tools like these can help you. Now, I'm not saying to go have it do your homework or, like, you know, be crazy, but like, you can use it to help out with things like this so that you can, you know, cosplay the people that you want to cosplay. I don't think you should not be able to cosplay who you want just because of your body size. That's crazy. With all the technology we have, it might take you a little bit longer to get there, but you should be able to do it. Next slide.
Next slide.
She didn't slide.
Hey, slide.
Hey, girl.
To the left.
She's thinking about it. No,
we missed something.
It skipped one. That's unfortunate. Was this my props question?
That's all right. We'll figure it out.
I think it was my props question. Oh no, that was the next one. I'm gonna talk about makeup. I love makeup. Lord. Another thing that I think is important for plus size cosplayers, especially if we're talking about maybe possibly not being able to find that cosplay, even though I just said I don't think that you should ever accept a no or defeat. There's cosplay you want to do, your body shouldn't be the limitation. However, if you do run into that situation, and let's just say time crunch, you don't have the time. Got 4 characters up here whose makeup is really, really, really distinctive. I mean, you could show up with either one of these guys' makeups on and be in jeans and people will still know who you are. So makeup plays a huge role into bringing these characters to life. So I would say, if one of the avatar characters is your jam and that's just what you want to do, I probably would just focus on the makeup, because again, you could come in a tank top and jeans and have the navy with the long, I would know exactly who you are, regardless of how big you are, how small you are. So your makeup definitely plays a role. Also making sure that you have the, because we're in Georgia, unfortunately, and it's always hot. And that means you're dealing with sweat, and then you get all these people into one small place, and then it gets even hotter, and there's usually no AC. But I think the Georgia World Congress Center heard me complain a couple years ago because it's cold in here now. But it's usually hot, and with all these bodies in here, so you want to make sure that you've got lots of setting spray and setting powder. That way your face don't melt off and you get around all these people. You know, you want to make sure that you keep your character intact. So your setting spray and your setting powder is going to help make sure that none of your hard work goes anywhere. Next slide.
Next slide. Oh, sorry.
No, why did it go all the way to the end? Oh, she said you're done, and I'm not. It's only 11:21.
I'm tired. This is the next one.
Yay! My fun props game. So I had a game I wanted to play, but I don't have a projector screen. So I'm like, y'all have heard of Whose Line Is It Anyway? I was going, whose prop is it anyway? Because I wanted to move into talking about what key roles props play. So I don't know. Well, you can see because you guys are in the front, and you can see because you're in the. Can you see some of my props?
Yeah, is that better?
Yeah. So I've got a keyblade up there. I've got a straw hat. Lindsay, what else do I have? There's a
death note.
There's a death note. I have a rose.
Millennium Puzzle.
The Millennium Puzzle, right? Right. So those are items that when you hear them, automatically you've thought about a character. I know everyone was shaking their head, like automatically talk about the Millennium Puzzle. Like you boom, you go. Right? Even if, again, you showed up in Daisy Dukes in a tank top, but I seen that Millennium Puzzle, I'm gonna think you go. Why would I not? I see you with your straw hat on. I am going to think of King. I'm going to think of Luffy. Like, they're just props that are just, they're so detrimental to these characters that, again, if you run into a roadblock trying to create the look of your dreams, you can lean heavily into your prop. I made my prop today. I was very proud of making my prop. I wanted it bigger, so that's why I decided to make one, because the ones online, they were small, and I'm like, I'm a big girl. I need a big girl prop. So I made her bigger. But I think even if I didn't have this too small wig or this too short dress, like, I think I could have run around here and been like, I think y'all would have known who I was if I just had, right? Yeah. So props can be important. And I'm not someone who thinks that you have to spend like a whole lot of money on making props. I used a broomstick that I bought from the Dollar Tree and cut it. This was some foam clay that I had laying around the house. The rhinestones, because my children were in school and I had to buy crafts because apparently doing school projects last minute is a thing. Trying to think, the resin I just had because I thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely try resin. Didn't know anything about resin, but just bought them, was like, yeah, let's do this. No. Got it all over my hands. It was sticky. I was like, what the hell is this? But the lights on the inside, they're the little bitty like balloon lights that you could give you like, I don't know, I got like 300 of them for like $15. So I have these for like the rest of my life now. I think my cat Sylvester found one and he just was, I was like, give it back. And it's his now, so I'm never getting it back. But yeah, like I think maybe this probably was $10. Like, I don't think you need to spend a whole lot of money on making props. If you want to commission someone because it's like something that you just want to have, I'm here for that too, because there are a lot of talented people. That's all they do. More power to them. I will be asking for some help because there's a couple I'm not going to try on my own, but. And even with cosplays, if you want to commission someone to make a cosplay for you, like if you've just got a character that's near and dear and you know I'm gonna wear this one. I know for me, my dream cosplay is Opal from Steven Universe. It's Amethyst and Pearl fusion. And I'm planning on having my daughters actually cosplay Pearl, because my oldest daughter, that's her favorite, and the baby Amethyst is her favorite. So I'm like, we can all go together. I probably will commission her bow. I want to attempt it, but I'm like, do I want to spend all that money when I could spend a lot of money to have someone do it once? Maybe. I'm still thinking about it, but yeah, that's a dream of mine. So something like that, I know that I'm going to wear it multiple times because it's my favorite, right? But you're only going to wear it once. I'm not going to tell you to go out and commission it. Like, you can cosplay it and save money and use stuff that you already have. Like, there's no need to spend money when you don't need. We're already spending a lot of money just to breathe. Like, hobbies is, I don't want to spend my whole life away for a hobby, even though I have been lately. Next slide, please. Why do you want to go to the end so
She's
bad?
Tired. Sorry.
She just want me to stop talking. It's okay. I get it. I talk every day, all day for a living. Oh, that's right. That leads me into mine. I told you mine, so now you tell me yours. Dream cosplay or dream prop? Money is not an option, obviously. Money is no option. Money is long. You got Iron Man money or Batman money. So, what's that dream prop or cosplay, y'all?
I like Thanos' gauntlet.
Oh, the Infinity Gauntlet. That would be really dope. Are you just doing the gauntlet, or are you going full on purple too?
I might do the purple. I might do those.
I mean, you got the beard and all going for you. And I'm just saying,
I might do those.
you already like 75% there.
I might do those too.
Anybody else got a?
You mentioned Tony Stark Iron Man. He's the racing outfit he has in the second movie. That's all blue and black.
That's
I want to
fun.
get that, but you know, I can't
You would have to wait. You know what works out for us? That they moved Anime Week in Atlanta to December, because any of like your hot cosplays that you were gonna wear you can now wear in December. That kind of works out for us. I know some people were really upset that they moved, but that's a thought. That way you don't melt, because you would certainly melt now. You would melt away. Ooh. Anybody else?
I think it'd be really cool to have Luocha's casket from Hawkeye Star Rail.
Oh, so my daughter plays. She does. That would be really cool.
Giant casket, and he uses it as a weapon. I think it's cool.
You had your hand up too?
I want some animatronic wings for Batman Beyond cosplay.
Oh, dear goodness, I love that. Love that. I tried wings this year and they didn't work. I'm gonna try them again. The bones were wrong. You know, when you don't have good bones, they just flopped over every time. I was like, we'll try it again later. Not right now though, but animatronic ones. I'm looking for an animatronic tail that's not $500. So if anybody knows where I can find one, let me
Black market
know.
tail.
Right? I want one. So, and the thing about it is, it's like, do I have a cosplay for it? No, I just want the tail. I just around with an animatronic tail. Exactly. I probably would just wear it around the house and bother my children with it. They're used to it. Like, mom's being weird again. That's right. Mom is being weird again. Anyone else? Any other dreams?
Got a long list.
Not a list. I'm here for a list.
I have a dedicated folder on my phone of all the cosplays I want to do, but you know, life be lifing. So
You
budget.
right. Life be lifing. Don't take too long though, you know.
Yes.
We only get one life.
That's true.
You don't want to save it for a rainy day. You know what I mean?
Yes, I save up for each of them and then I buy my next one. But to do that whole folder, yeah, Mega Millions,
Again,
lottery.
right? You got Bruce Wayne money, it don't matter.
Yes.
What's on your list?
Katano's full costume, like her leku, all of it. I want to make all of it.
Oh.
But life, like you said.
What?
But I want to just, all of it.
Life. Adulting sucks, man.
They did not prepare us.
Oh, I say that all the time. I be ready to, like, from the top rope, the people's elbow right on my parents. Like, y'all lied. This was not what you said at all. I just be so ready, but that's neither here nor there, right? We ain't gonna talk about them. You want to chime in on your dreams?
Not on my dreams.
I mean, your dream, you know what I mean? Not your dreams. Please don't scare these people.
No, it's fine. It's not even like it's super complicated, but I've always wanted to do the painted lady from Avatar.
I love her.
Like the look to get like that perfect, like tattered, like but still together look, I think would take effort.
Right, because you have to purposely destroy something. You know, when it gets destroyed by accident, it looks perfect. But when you're actually trying to make it look, it's just like, what did I do? Or you do it too much, and then there's not enough, and it's like, so no, I
and also I just imagine to be really comfortable because it's really just a.
It is. It's just like.
That's the summer
nice.
one. You just.
I mean, you could really do that.
Thank you. One day.
One day.
Will you be my blue spirit?
Of course.
I love you.
Of course. Get to run around in a mask with some swords? Count me in. Let's go. I'm really not violent in real life, guys. It's just, you know, sometimes. Right? I ran around the house with Hulk hands, just running around the house, just terrorizing my children. And to get me back, she ate my Hulk hands. They were foam, so she just, okay, so maybe she didn't technically eat them. I did find the chunks on the floor, but I still couldn't use them. Like, was I gonna glue the chunks back in? I could no longer Hulk smash and was very mad. To this day, I tell her I'm getting more Hulk hands. She's 11. I still have not gotten those Hulk hands yet, but it's okay. I keep telling her I'm gonna get some more. And Hulk smash, yes, I'm a terrorizer. Anyone else would like to share any of their dreamed cosplays or props before we move on? Yes.
So for me, probably the Hulk would be best. I have a sensory overload problem. Like anything that's like touch me or it's too tight.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, sitting here, I got my waistband that's messing with me, my watch strap is messing with me. So something I can be a little more freeing.
Right. No, I'm not mad at all. I tell you, that's why I always say like comfort is important. Especially, again, like I said, when I started officially cosplaying, I was just at home, so I didn't really think about what it would take to be walking around a convention for like 12, 14 hours and like the same thing for 12 to 14 hours when you're used to just being at home in like a big footed onesie jammies and like rarely any like bras or anything, and then having to have that on for 12 to 14 hours. Oh my God, it blew my mind. I was like, okay, comfort, like you really, it's very important to be comfortable, because if you're not, it's just like, and you're always like trying to fix yourself. Always aim for comfort. All right, let's go to our next slide, which better not be the end, girl. Don't take us to the end just yet.
Not to the end. I'm so scared. Okay.
Not the end. It's not the end.
I'm looking for the
No, you're good. I'm gonna put her on the spot. She's gonna be mad, but I don't care. Because I'm the older sister and it doesn't matter. My sister is a therapist, and my next slide is about mental health, because I think as a plus size cosplayer, it is very important to make sure that you're taking care of your mental health. I told you earlier that you don't owe anybody accuracy. You don't owe them none of that. What else did I say on my slides? Because I did that a few months ago. Okay, yes, protecting your peace, which is extremely important. If you're someone that makes a lot of content, especially like you do stuff online, protecting your peace is going to be really, really, really important. There are a lot of like just gross people out there. They're really miserable with themselves. I try to tell people like, don't engage with them. And I know how hard that is, because sometimes I find myself like, well, you little, it's just like, look at you getting all scrunched up and your shoulders are all up into your chin and you're all hunched over your phone. You're just like, now you're mad, and like, you didn't let this random basement person steal your peace. Like, get that back. It's easier to either ignore it, you can shut your comments off, or you can just hit block. You don't ever want to give anybody that power over you like that, especially some stranger. Like, you don't even know who this person is. So if you're someone that is really into posting stuff online, I think it's really important. I think it's also even more important that you build a supportive community. Like, my sister is my community, and I have other people who are in my corner that are always like, girl, you got this, especially when I'm like, damn it, I fucked that up again. You can do it, girl. She's always like, go for it. And I'm like, okay. Because sometimes hearing go for it's not what you want to hear. And a lot of times she's like, it's cool to be mad. I get it. I'd be mad too. And then she's mad with me. And then I feel better because it's like, oh, she validated me. And I understand that it's okay to be mad when something didn't go the way that I didn't want it to go, even though I didn't think it all the way through. It's okay. You come back with that knowledge that you have. You're coming back with some more experience. You know not what to do. Finding that supportive community is really, really important. And also, like, following other plus size cosplayers. Like, I didn't realize how many of them I didn't follow and support until I actually like looked at my feed, and it wasn't anything intentional. Like, the people that I met just so happened to not also, you know, they weren't plus size, and I didn't think that it mattered until I started to check the internal dialogue, the monologue that I was having with myself and trying to pinpoint, like, why are you being so hard on yourself? Or like, when you tried that cosplay on and you're nitpicking, well, it didn't fit here and it doesn't look good there. And like, what is it that you're comparing it to? And I go back and I look and I'm going, well, subconsciously am I feeding myself a message that this is what I need to look like when this person is like 6 inches taller than me and like really long and slim, and like that's not even what you look like. It isn't reality. So you want to make sure that and you can say this a little bit better than I can. Yes, you can, about, you know, just what you're seeing and how sometimes maybe the environment that you're building for yourself can like subconsciously be controlling that inner monologue, like what it is that you're saying to yourself, the stuff that you're repeating.
I mean, I can't say it better than that. That was great.
Oh, man.
That's okay. But I do know that with cosplayers and people in the community, we're like artists, so we're really, really hard on ourselves. So it's really, really easy to, even if you do something, your dream cosplay, it's like, man, like I did it. You know, I finally put it together. It's like, but it's not, but it could have been, and it could have been, even though other people are like, oh my God, like, that looks so sick. That's so cool. Everybody else is like hyping you up, but inside you're like, it could be better. Remember, just give yourself some grace. Like, at the end of the day, this is a hobby. We are all running around in bright colored tights pretending to be heroes. Like, we're supposed to be having fun. The idea of beating yourself up because you're not having fun, right? Like, that doesn't make sense.
You know, that makes sense. Like, that's what it is. Like, why am I getting mad at myself for not having fun the right way? What way did I expect to have fun? And why? Who's to say that what I'm doing isn't the right way? Like, what, you know what I mean? And that's why I think it's important to make sure that she said you give yourself grace, but I find that it's extremely hard. I can have her come to me and be sad about the same thing that I'm doing, and what I tell her doesn't even come close to what I've been telling myself. And it's weird how we don't see ourselves. Like, my therapist, who is not my sister, has always told me that you should speak to yourself the same way that you would speak to a child. And in my case, I think about, well, what if my daughter came to me, you know, with the same problem? What I'm saying to myself what I would tell her? And sometimes the thought of what I've said to myself and saying it to her makes me cry. And I'm like, why am I being that hard on myself? But it's hard sometimes to see yourself as deserving of your own grace, because we are our worst critic. But it's important, even if you just, small baby steps is what's going to build Rome, right? Like, you're not going to be able to undo decades of that monologue. But being able to build that one tiny block at a time, and making sure that you have the correct people around you to sometimes drown out the monologue that's going on in your head really helps. Because sometimes maybe you don't have it in you to give yourself the grace that you need. You need to hear it from someone else, right? You do, because there are times where maybe you don't have it to give yourself. Your community, you need to be able to lean in on. Also, you need to listen to your body. I think it's really, really important. Again, especially for people who are making content for online, because I know we're at this point where everyone's just I'm trying to stay on trend. I'm trying to get this done. I'm trying to get, I've seen a lot of people who already have K-pop Demon Hunter cosplays done. And I'm like, Jesus, the movie just
dropped.
Did you sleep since the movie came out? like, what? And if you push yourself too much, like I always tell people, like your body is going to tell you you've had enough before you realize it. Listen to the early cues. When you had that little headache, body was going, hey girl, maybe when that stomach you start getting the little crampies, and you're just like, oh man, I just don't. She's going, hey girl, we can't. You might want to listen to that first second before you get to the fifth and sixth one where you got a fever now and you don't know what's wrong, and because your body will say, I'm not doing anything else, and you don't want to get to that point where it shuts down on you. So really being able to be in tune, like, you know what, I might be on a time crunch, but my body is telling me we need to stop. Listening the first time, I'm extremely guilty of listening at the 6th, 7th symptom, thinking I'll just muscle through it, I'll be fine. Yeah, no, I'm good. And even the girls, my sister, my husband will be like, girl, you're not good. I'll be like, I'm fine. And here comes the sickness, and you just because I know I've been exhausted to the point where I caught a cold. Like I got cold symptoms. I wasn't around anybody, but I got the sweats. I had a stuffy nose. I literally got I caught a cold, and I was just like, what is going on here, girl? You was doing too much. She sat down and was like, listen, we're not doing that again. I said, yes, ma'am. So we're not doing that. We don't do that anymore. So listening to your body is really, really important. And we kind of already talked about this last one, but celebrating yourself with that inner monologue. You really want to make sure that you give yourself a pat on the back. Like you got to talk to yourself like, you go, girl, you did that. And I know it's hard because you see all the things that you didn't do, right? You see all the minor mistakes. You see all the things that went wrong. But at the end of the day, you did it. And more than likely, you did it while you had to take care of a family member or family, right? You did it while you worked a 9 to 5. You did it while you were in school. You have all these other things that are going on that make up you, and you still were able to produce this labor of love. You did it. You deserve to be proud and to sit back and enjoy your hard work, even if it didn't turn out exactly as how you planned. You really do deserve to give yourself a pat on the back. You deserve to treat yourself. I know sometimes I do that maybe a little too much, but you only live once, so what are you saving it for? I did a good job. Yes, I went to go get my favorite boba. Yay me, right? That's what I deserve. Yeah, y'all know. Yeah, that's right. I did that. Especially when you're ooh, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this done, and you don't think that you're going to be able to do it, and you do it anyway. Yeah, you deserve a treat. Go. Put your little stash away so that you can treat yourself. That way you're not being financially irresponsible. Because I'm not going to tell you to be financially irresponsible and spend your last on that boba. I would do it. But don't be like me. Do not make those choices, because I hear it all the time. What? I didn't hear you. Too busy sipping my boba. I can't hear you. Ice shattering. Can't hear you.
Can't hear you over the chewing.
Right? What are you saying? Yes. Yeah, I'm not. Don't be like me, guys. Be better. Next slide. This might be the last one. She's like, it better be close, girl. The one time it's not. No, it's not. So this was just investing in photographers and photo shoots. I think that's important. I think you spend a lot of time. Yeah, we got a photographer in the room. Let's get a card. You brought a business card?
For me? Oh,
yes.
Someone else is behind me.
Oh.
I was like, oh, there's another one behind me. Okay.
No.
I have my digital card that
okay.
people can scan my QR code.
Okay, I'll get with you afterwards.
I do a lot of cosplay photography.
See?
Yes.
And I love that, especially when you get with photographers who are also cosplayers, because they understand the labor of love that you went through. And even if they're not cosplayers, they're really into fandoms. I know of the ones that I have on screen. Let's see, Miss Nikki? Yeah. She's Geek Behind the Lens. I know her by Miss Nikki. I met her at Hair of the Dragon. She's like the sweetest cat lady I've ever met in my life, and I want to put her in my back pocket. Like, you remember Miss Nikki?
Oh, the short girl.
Yeah.
Not like that.
She's adorable. I love her.
Sweetheart.
She is so sweet. And
For many years.
yeah, and every time I see her, she's just like, you look so pretty. Come on, let's go. And it's always like terms of endearment, words of affirmation. Like, she's the best. I love Miss Nikki. Met her at Hair of the Dragon. Again, that place I will plug forever. I did not go last year, but I went the year before, and still trying to get my timing right, because in 5 hours I'm trying to see if I can get to at least 4 cosplays, and man, haven't gotten past 2. Spend a lot of time running around chatting with people. You know, I like to talk, so surprise. So yeah, that's what gets me, is like, girl, you're on a time crunch, let's go. You got that $50 ticket though, is like, especially if you're someone, if you plan your cosplays in advance, right? You can go here, get all your photos, you can make your content throughout the year, you can post your high-end digital photos online, and then enjoy your con season by just showing them. You don't have to worry about trying to schedule photo shoots in between your con. I mean, I've tried it. I had one friend, we did a Sailor Moon Queen Villains collab at Anime NYC a couple years ago, and she set up to have the photographer meet us at the con to do the photo shoot, which was fine. It just was a lot of work. Like, there's so many people. Anime NYC was just like wall-to-wall people. We had to fight to find someplace big enough to set the camera up, someplace that didn't have 50 million people in the background. I was like, oh, it worked out, but like, it's still, it wasn't without its hiccups, right? So if you spend all that time throughout the year, you want to make sure that you have something that you can look back on and go, because I know with some of the photos that I took at Hair of the Dragon, and even with the other lady who's pictured, she took photos of me at a selfie museum downtown. Her name is Jasmine. She sometimes I go back and just look back at my photos and go, damn, I looked really good here. And I was like, look at my makeup, and look at, and like, you have to be able to have those moments yourself, because if you're not feeling your love cup, then like, who is? Because like, if you can't feel it, ma'am,
I'm helping.
She is helping, right? She's the community, so that's another piece. But you, when it gets low, and I mean, like, your community might not always have it to give. They're human too, right? You got to be able to, you know, dig deep, be like, that was dope. Look at me, so pretty. I'm so fat. Look at that. You know, you got to be able to talk about yourself like that. And I think having professional photos, I mean, yes, you can take nice photos in your living room. I do. It's fun. It makes me feel good. But are they professional? It's something about having someone else take the picture instead of you worrying about, like, you can just be in the moment while someone else is worrying about capturing it, versus you trying to be in the moment and capture the moment. It's kind of like, I don't know, having someone photograph me versus me trying to photograph me. I would rather someone else do it. Again, I have many skills. Photography is really not one of them, at least not photography of myself. Now, taking pictures of someone else is different. So I think spending that time with getting photographers, especially ones that are plus size friendly, which both of the ladies that I mentioned are. They help with posing, making sure that you look your best, because there are certain angles we just look better in. It's not, you know, that's science, right? Yeah, I think that investing that money, and even if you can't make it to Hair of the Dragon, saving up to have at least one done, especially in like your favorite cosplay. Maybe you don't get to all of them, but maybe you can do your favorite, so you have that moment that you can just kind of look back and go, yeah. And it creates another memory too, because the photo shoot is an experience in itself. Just like being at the convention, you have all the people around, they're asking for photos, you see your favorite people, you're asking for photos. Like, that is an experience. Well, the photo shoot is an experience in itself too, and I think as cosplayers we should try to have that experience. I didn't realize that I needed to do it until I actually did it and was like, oh yeah, I really like this. Everybody should do this. I understand why people do this, you know? I think that's all that should be the last slide, and we're at like 49.
We are, yes, that is correct.
Were there any questions, or did anybody want to like share their experience? Like, I just had a few takeaways, just, you know, if I can leave anything with you, is like, we're not comparing. We're not comparing. You're looking at you, and you are your only competition. You're the only one in your lane. There's no one else. You just focus on you. And what's my other takeaway?
Love yourself. I don't know.
Oh yeah, your body is valid, because it is, and it's valid just as it is too. Like, you don't need to. I was unfortunately guilty of this. I kept saying, oh, I'm gonna lose weight and then I'll do that cosplay. And I've been saying that for like 2.5 years now. And I think I'll be saying that for another 2.5 years if I don't just shut up and just do it. Because, like, how much weight can I lose that's really gonna change any, like, it's that delayed joy. You're waiting to, like, what am I waiting for? Because this could all be over tomorrow and then I never got to do it, you know? So your body is just as valid as it is, and it's something that I'm learning myself. As a matter of fact, I probably should just order that cosplay now that I say it and just do it. Those would be the only takeaways that I have. If you take anything away from here, just like, don't delay your joy. Your body is valid just as it is, and we're not comparing anything, because it's you're one of one. That's it. You had a question?
I did. Do you got any sites that you recommend for plus size men for ordering cosplays? Costume?
I'm going to be honest, and I haven't really come across any that I would recommend. I was going to include some in my slide, and I thought, like, you really don't like any of them. Why would you include, like, and that's just me being honest. I haven't really had the greatest experience. Now, I've had a few good experiences with some that do, like, non-suitable for work stuff, but none of that ever sees the convention. That's for home. And if you do non-suitable for work, I'm not saying anything like that. You absolutely fine to do not suitable for work stuff. I haven't really found any that I'd be like, oh yeah, this sizing, their customer service, I've run into issues, you know. And if I find something though, I'll tell everybody about them. Like, I will. I'm waiting. I'm pretty sure we'll find somebody somewhere, but I don't know. I might not be looking hard enough. Yes, ma'am.
For myself, as I've been on my cosplay journey, one thing I've learned is your shoes. You gotta break your shoes in insoles because your feet will be killing you. You do see those cosplayers that have the super high heels about midway through the day. You see them doing the duck walk as they're walking. So that is the big thing I would say. And then for myself, because a lot of the online stores are not dependable for plus sizes, I have looked for people that do commissions. So I've worked with 3 different people for commissions that tailored it to my body. They did fittings. 2 are here in Atlanta. 1 is in New York. Okay. But they've made several of my cosplays for me. And yes, you will have to pay more than you would for one of the online ones, but it's going to have the quality, like the last versus the very cheaply made cosplays that you get, and it's tailored to your body. Right. So you don't have to worry about something too loose on you, too big on you, because they get your measurements. The ones here in Atlanta, they had me do 3 fittings to make sure everything is still looking good before they can tweak it before it's finalized. Do a final fitting to make sure I'm happy with everything, and then I take it home. So
that's awesome.
One is here in Atlanta, Dean's List. He's listed on there. He did the Dora Milaje costumes for Marvel and on the Black Panthers Marvel. So he's here in Atlanta, and then there's another person here, I can't remember what she goes by on social media, but I reached out to them, and they did payment plans for me.
That's
so
nice.
I can pay installments until, it's ready for me to pick up. So that's what I had to do to make sure. And then they also make sure the material was comfortable for me, and I wasn't sitting there in a hot, sweaty mess inside of a corner of the convention because I'm dying.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely. I didn't realize how much you needed to break shoes in, and like I was gonna be that girl. I had these absolutely gorgeous 5-inch platform go-go red boots today. They didn't make it. It looked like it was gonna be rainy. I was like, I already just wear sneakers and flat shoes every day in my regular life anyway. I bought insoles for them. I had tape that I was gonna put around my ankles. I was all ready. The weather just wasn't where it should have been, so I left them at home. But I definitely did walk around them for hours in them while I was at home to get them broken in so that I could get used to what they felt like, what my legs would feel like in them. Like, it is important to make sure that like you test run stuff and don't just like wait till the day of to be like, okay, I'm putting everything on, like, oopsie, you know, and you just be like, now it's a couple of hours before the con and you're like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? So, anybody else? No?
I have a question.
Sure.
Do you have any places where people can get cosplay material in their size, you know, bigger people?
The material? Like,
I mean, like pieces like, say somebody wants to do something from My Hero Academia, like the jumpsuits or the, you know.
Someone had asked me earlier, I don't really recommend any that are really, I know there are a lot of like up and coming indie brand clothing stores that are making more anime fashion, which is I mean, it's really good for us because you get pieces that you can wear as like a more relaxed cosplay, and you also get to wear it outside. A lot of them are starting to become more plus size friendly. I know Fireware just did their big My Hero collab. It's officially licensed. It's beautiful. I was very sad that I didn't get a chance to get a piece before pretty much everything sold out. I've seen a couple of other smaller brands that I know one of them in particular I was going to recommend, but they unfortunately decided to close just because they weren't getting the visibility that they needed. But she was dedicated to, you know, plus size clothing. A Doki Doki Threads?
Yes.
Yeah. I was very sad to find out that she was closing. I was really happy to see, but there are more brands like that. They just really need our support in order to, you know, to thrive. It costs money for them to make these samples and to run their online stores, and you know, everything costs money. Like, it feels like it's costing us money to breathe right now. So like, they really do need our support, but more people are deciding like, hey, I can do that myself. Like, so we just have to be able to support them when, you know, when they come up. And then you have brands like Box Lunch and Spencer's and yeah, Box. I mean, they have a lot of stuff. It's Hot Topic too.
I don't think I think with Spencer you have to get it online or order.
Yes.
And Spencer, and they're like, we only go to a 2X, but we can order one for you.
Yes. Yeah, you do have to go and order online, which means planning is going to be really important because you can't just expect to just pop up into the store and pick it up and bring it home with you. You know, you have to expect to ship it, so you want to make sure that you plan accordingly. Planning, I think, is really, really important too. I mean, just for cosplayers in general, but for plus size cosplayers especially, because if you have to order a piece from somewhere, you need to make sure that you have enough time for it to get to you, and then enough time to make sure that you, again, try it on and make sure it fits. If you need to take it somewhere to have it altered or have it tailored, that you have the time to do that, which you can do if you buy one from somewhere and you purposely buy it bigger. You can do that and go and have it tailored that way it fits you the right way. Anyone else? I think I am almost pretty much at time. No one else? Well, it was lovely speaking with all of you people. I hope y'all enjoy the con, and maybe I'll see y'all around. Sometimes I'm out. Sometimes, most of the time, I'm home. I like being at home, so not even gonna lie. I like being at home.
Enjoy the rent that you pay for, you know?
Yeah.
Right? That rent was expensive. That cold air, that electric bill, that was expensive, man. That food is expensive. So I like to be at home under my little heated blanket and watching my little shows.
can you tell us how we can follow you on social media?
Oh, yes. I am on Instagram at Karina, so it's CARINA_Uzumami. So it's like Uzumaki, but instead of the key, it's a me on the end, like a mom. Karina, CARINA_Uzumami.
Uzumami, I like that. Oh,
Yeah.
I see you.
Yep. Uzumami, that's me. I'm so sad I had stickers, but I left them at home. Oh.
Those stickers.
Yes,
You know, I
those.
just remember. Oh,
it had my little handle on it and
it was
everything.
so
They were so
cute.
cute.
Dang. Yeah.
I know. But I'll be back. Maybe I'll come and see some of you guys.
How long have you been cosplaying?
I started in 2020. Officially started in 2020 during the pandemic when everyone was bored and had nothing else to do but sit with their thoughts.
You weren't like Lady Bowser one year, were you? Was last year?
Not me. Hello. Well, it is 12. Thanks so much, guys.
So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will.
If this the land of the free, it was a freedom then, when they annexed Hawaii and called it Cedar Lands, without any type of payment and no signing off. Called themselves the Republic in 1894. 1.2 million acres overtaken from the native Hawaiians. When they resisted, the West retaliated in violence and erasure. The Hawaiian language is banned as part of colonialism's plan to expand, yeah.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe as a part of their ongoing war with Asia. Used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. No work out for all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. We will.
So if we put Hawaii into perspective, well, Black and Asian history is interconnected. Considering the fight with the Pacific, then of course, versus Asia, they was treated as a middleman for war, but didn't let the Western colorism run its course, cause dark skin was a sign of dignity to core. The land was taken in the name of capitalism, when prior to it was an actual kingdom. Clap back at the system.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe as a part of their ongoing war with Asia. Used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. No work out for all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. We will.